What?
Thank you.
What? Man, hey, let me tell you something. You was cool as the other side of the pillow. You feel me? You know, at night with the pillow, be like, man, warm on that side. And you flip it, and you look. All right, that's you right there.
Thank you.
Now,
So
tell me
yeah.
more about your father. You said your father was a producer.
Yeah.
What records did he produce? Did he produce any big records back in the day?
Daisy Dukes. A lot of TLC, No Scrubs. He worked with a lot of different people, Goody Mob, people like that. His name is Tony Mercedes. It's crazy because he's probably going to yell at me because I don't usually talk about him when I'm doing interviews. But I'm like, you got to give credit where credit is due. Sometimes you got to at least just be like, yeah, I learned a lot from that man.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you something really funny. It's gonna like. Well, fun fact. Your father started off in, I don't know his very beginnings, but at some point he was in the city, Augusta, GA, home of James Brown. And when they came out with the song "Whoop," there it is with Tag Team. I remember that as a little kid back in the days. And his name was floating all around the city. There had to be about like 91, 92, I think. Or maybe a little early or a little late. But it's between 90 and 93. He was already on to a legendary status in Augusta. He was very well known during that bass and booty music era, as they used to call it. Where's that bass? Boom, boom, boom. People used to ride around in their cars like really like
bass
boom,
music
boom.
is coming back. Like they're bringing that back. And I love that.
Hey, that's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Well, French Montana, then he kind of do, don't stop, don't you? They took the Luke and he kind of remixed it a little bit.
If you listen to the Whole Lot of Choppers remix, I think that's like the beat to dance, too much booty in your pants. It's one of them. So I'm like, that's coming back. It's coming back. I love it.
Yo, that's crazy. You would be into all of that. That is amazing at the same time. Both. Mm-hmm. Tell me.
Oh, no. I was just laughing.
Oh, I thought you had a story for me. That's crazy that you. So as a little young one, you know what I'm saying, running around. Did you ever be like, yo, Dad, play me some of that stuff that you was listening to, you and Mom dancing to? Put me up on game. What's up?
What's funny? A lot of like the booty shaking music, he kind of like sheltered me away from that. Which was, I could understand that. I could understand it. Like, but now that I'm older, I'm like, so this is what you was keeping me away from all these times. This is why. Okay. This is why my auntie used to have to come pick me up and we used to have to go. Okay, I get it.
Okay.
I mean, I always had like an ear for his music though. Like even before he'd put songs out, he'd be like, hey, listen to this. Tell me how you like it. And like within the first 10 seconds, I'll let him know whether I like it or not. And then that's like what led him to either releasing it or keeping it.
Wow.
So I had a little bit of an influence, just a tiny bit.
Okay. Young legendary status. You know what I'm talking about? That's pretty dope. Hey, that's cool. I don't know what. Wow. Did you used to tell people back in the day who your dad is? Because I know a lot of celebrities I talk to, like, they be like, oh, I don't want nobody to know, I just want to be treated regular. You know what I'm saying? I'm just an everyday person. How'd you feel about that, knowing what your family had done in music and then dealing with the world? Were you like...
I still stick to me being myself. I'm Roxanne. I am not Tony. That's, that's his life. This is my life. And even when I started my career, I let everybody know, I want to do this the hard way. Don't help me. I want to do this the hard way because that's how I'm going to get to the top. I don't want to be affiliated with Tony Mercedes when it comes to like music like that. Like, okay, yeah, if you find out, then you find out. But I don't want just to be Tony Mercedes' daughter.
Okay.
So, and I think that he appreciated that. I think he's like, all right, I'm gonna let you do what you do. I'm gonna sit back and you got this.
I like that. That's a good start already. You remind me a lot of T.I.'s kids too, man. A lot of them, they wanted, like his oldest son, Devontae, he really wanted to just do his own thing. And he could tap into his father and get that boost, but he wanted to get it out the mud too. I respect you a whole lot for that. Hey, you super dope right there. That's cool.
Thank
That
you.
way you know everything you got is yours. And you like, nah, hold up. This is my Lamborghini. You know what I'm saying? I
Exactly.
got this.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay. Now, let's go back into your timeline as you're coming along in life. When was it the first time you wrote your very first song?
Very first time writing, maybe like 6 years ago. Was yeah, like 6, 7 years ago. I have so many journals that are filled with songs that I, for so long, I was too afraid. I was too shy. I have like the worst anxiety. And so, like, all of my music has just been in my journals for so long. So now I'm like, you know what? F this. I can do this. Let me at least try. I won't know how, what is going to happen unless I try. So now I'm bringing the books out.
That's what I'm talking about. No, hey, in life, this is just my opinion, this is my theory, my process, my experience. There is no perfect time. There's no perfect anything. We are imperfect people that's existing, trying to figure it out. No one has it all the way made and thought of and well planned out. Sometimes, like you said, you just got to go for it. And I understand what you mean about that anxiety of, it's like, oh, I want to produce my best. I want to come out with my best. I want to always be at my best. But sometimes you can still be at your best and still take an L. When I say take an L, I'm not talking about losing. I'm talking about lessons. You'll learn from your previous mistakes, and that's what makes you great.
You gotta learn. If you're not learning from your mistakes, then you're stagnant. You're gonna stay there. You have to. Everything is a lesson.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Look
And
at us.
what's so beautiful about your whole life, your whole journey. The same way you may look at other artists that's up there, you may say, "Hey, I like Nicki Minaj," or "I like, Cardi B," or like whoever. The same way you're doing your thing, there's somebody on the sideline looking at you in the same manner. They're cheering for you in the same manner you've never met, you probably never will meet, and they'll forever be a fan of yours. And if you give up now, what is the message that you're sending, not only for yourself, but to the other people that really admire you and look up to you?
There is no giving up. I feel like once you're in it, you're in it. This is you now. So make it work for you. Make it work for you, because if it can't work for you, then it can't work for anybody else. You can't push it off on anybody else if it's not working for you. So find your ground, like find what works and push it.
Cool. Now, when was the first time that you actually hit the stage and performed? And how nervous were you? Were you just like shaking the death of what's going on?
Well, that's a good question, and thank you for raising my anxiety because I have not performed yet. I I actually am supposed to be performing on the 19th.
Okay.
That would be my first performance.
Mm.
And so I am extremely nervous, but you know what? This pandemic has it's horrible, but everything's so virtual now. So it's like I'm getting that opportunity to perform virtually before I actually go and hit the real stage. So I won't be so afraid, or I won't be so nervous.
I like that. Okay. This is the exclusive we're getting right now, ladies and gentlemen. When y'all see this
I'm
interview,
getting the
man,
scoops.
you know what I'm saying? She let us in her world right now. She ain't performed yet. But we know you're going to do a bomb job because you just a
Thank
bomb
you.
yourself. You know what I'm saying? Hey, once you figure out your routine, you're going to be more amazing than what you are already right now. And I definitely want to catch that. Please make sure somebody records it off a cell phone or something.
Absolutely.
I want to see it because
Absolutely.
I. Cool. So you're gonna come up with your own rituals too as you as you start performing. And speaking of performance, let's play your new track right now called Rich Rich. Tell us what this track is about. And if you could, while you there, could you just perform a little bit for the people, show them a little moves, a little shoulder action,
All right. So Rich Rich is about women in power being rich within themselves. It's not just about money. It's about the fact that we are winning right now. Like we are coming out proud, and we're coming out strong. We don't need nobody's money. We got our own. And listen, we finna make it happen. We finna make it do what it do. And that's just it. It's a freeing song. It was my first video, and I wanted it to be kind of over the top. I wanted it to be extra.
I like that. That's dope. Okay, it's going to be over the top of extra. Women are winning. Hey, you definitely winning right now, man. Y'all definitely please make sure you check out. You know what I'm saying? Roxanne Luciano, looking like a whole bag over there. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Y'all better check it out. Let's get to it. Let's see what we got here. Give me this one moment.
Roxy. Roxanne Luciano. Hold up. I don't need your money, got my own. Miss Rich, got my business. Haters keep my name in their mouth, hope they choke on it. Rocks got balls so hard, they hurt the clone. Pull up in the coupe with my day bags. Getting bitches ain't changed, man. Diamonds on my neck, my blind you. Ain't got no working money, I ain't got no time for you. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide. Just got off a flight to your I'm outside. Money with my gang. Bounce the bad, haters stay in your lane. You ain't got nothing on me. Just to be sweet. Might take your man here free. Might keep your girls out of me. You ain't got nothing on me. Do what I want, I need. Might take your man here free. Might keep your girls out of me. You know what I like, right? Gucci, Prada, Fendi, Bentleys, couple red bottoms, trips overseas, jet skis, doing top speed. Can't stop me. I done Cali blowing Halloween. I do what I want, he's telling me. Haters envy me, lot of jealousy. I got what you need, not a recipe. Bring him to his knees, make him plead for the rest of me. I wanna get it, I'ma make it happen. I rock the boat, I am the captain. I move my hips, chain reaction. Well, I pass him laughing. Down south, up north, worldwide. Just got off the flight, so yo, I'm outside. Money with my gang. Dust the toes, stay in your lane. You ain't got nothing on me. You can make it free. I keep your girls out of me. You ain't got nothing on me. Do what I want, I need. I take your man here free. I keep your girls out of me. If I want it, then I go buy it. Give me gold and give me them diamonds. I get money, but you should try it. Them haters, just live your life. Cause if I want it, then I go buy it. Give me gold and give me them diamonds. I get money, but you should try it. Them haters, just live your life. You ain't got nothing on me. My shit expensive, you see. Might take your man here free. Might keep your girls out of me. You ain't got nothing on me. Do what I want, I need. Might take your man here free. Might keep your girls out of me. You ain't got nothing on me. My shit expensive, you cheap. Might take your man here free. Might keep your girls out of me. You ain't got nothing on me. Do what I want, I need. I take your man, you're free. I keep your girls out of me.
Hey, look, hey, we gotta put some hands together. Ladies and gentlemen, man, that was Roxanne Luciano. We're gonna talk about the lyrics too. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about the lyrics in one moment. Y'all, she talking about she gonna take your girl and keep her for a week. She ain't gonna get back.
Might have to.
Oh, you know you bad. You know you're bad when you take your whole girl for a week. You take her for this snatch her. Come on with
exactly.
You know?
Might have to snatch her up out of rotation.
That's what's up, yo. That is really dope. I like the I like it got like a little bit of the Spanish element in there, you know. It got the dun 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 dun.
Yep.
Roxanne. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Roxanne. Dun 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 dun. Oh man, I made a remix. My bad, my bad.
That is perfect.
Yo, that is amazing, man. I love that joint, Rich.
I'm glad you like it.
How you came up with the hook? Like, what was you thinking when you were writing that particular track?
That I'm winning, and that people need to know that I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere, and I don't need nothing from nobody. I got this.
That's right.
I could take your man because he might be a freak. I could take a girl for a week. I don't want to do that, but I could. You know, it's like one of those, just like, you know, just be mindful that I'm here.
See, yeah. Roxanne, you a whole vibe and a pimp at the same time. I swear. I said, like, which one I want?
Oh my goodness.
Go ahead with your bad self. Roxanne, if we wanted to like link up and find you on social media, give us some of your social media. How do we get in contact with you?
Right. So my YouTube is Roxanne Luciano Music. My Instagram is official Roxanne Luciano. Rich is streaming on all platforms. So Spotify, Apple, iTunes, everything. Go ahead and look me up. Roxanne Luciano, Rich. And yeah, I'll have my website coming soon. That's being worked on.
Good.
I just made a Twitter. It's Roxanne_Luciano. There's not too much on there right now, but go ahead and follow me on there. And join me on my ride into 2021. I'm so excited.
Yo, you could. Hey, that's gonna be a dope ride. Yo, you all make sure that those of you who are checking her out on social media right now, make sure you tap in, link in with her, man. That's Roxanne Luciano, man. Smooth and cool, you know. You see it right there. Good babes don't definitely fade, man. You know, she out here doing the thing. And let's please support her. Just like if we can get together now and support movies and TV shows and make them into big blockbusters and make them into like iconic things, we could do the same thing with her music by just simply clicking and downloading. Man, what's a few dollars? We waste dollars all the time. Let's invest into a real good artist right now so she can have her own and build her own thing. So definitely let's do that, ladies and gentlemen, that's out there. Roxanne, so we got a little background knowledge about you. We got a little understanding about what you are, what you're trying to do. Where do you see yourself in the next, let's just say 3 to 5 years right now? Do you see yourself continuing making movies? I mean, music? Do you want to make movies too? Commercials? Would you be open to everything in the entertainment business?
Absolutely. I am definitely open to being on the screen. I know that will definitely be my most challenging to be I guess in the acting field, but I do want to dabble into that. As far as the next 3 to 5 years, I am going to be here doing music, pushing my music out to any and everybody who wants to listen. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here now. Okay. There is no going back. So yeah, this is me.
Okay. Cool. All right, that's what's up. Now, any producers out there, you know, any other artists you would like to work with that you really are inspired by, or just like in general?
I would love to work with Missy. Her creative sense is just, it's ridiculous. I don't think there is anybody that can touch her on a creative style. It's like whatever is in her brain is amazing. Everything that she touches, it's just crazy. As far as like this generation, I'd love to work with Cardi and Megan. I think they're pretty hot and they're pretty fun. Definitely Timbaland. I love
Mm.
to get into the studio with Timbaland. Oh man. So yeah, it's a couple of people that I would love to work with, honestly. The list goes on.
Yo, I could see that Timberland. Oh my God, that would be so hot. You already got like that Aaliyah vibe, man. Can you imagine with the drum lines hitting? Doom.
And could you
Oh,
imagine? I can imagine.
he's like, I've been living me my whole life.
Listen, yeah, I've been dreaming about this forever.
You late to the party. I just met you. So yeah, okay. I like that. Wow. I could, you know what? You got such a dope vibe. I can see you really being in movies too. You have like this essence about you. It's very natural. It's very real. You're organic. You're very down to earth. And you're just mad chill. It's like you carrying over what I like to call, I always refer to it as the 90s girls vibe. The 90s girls vibe and the 2000 girls vibes are totally two different energies. The 90s girls are like your Erica Badu's, your Jill Scott's, you know what I'm saying? All of those type of women that created their whole ambiance just off of their energy. Their energy in itself is so iconic that it lives forever and people forever play their music. No matter how much time passes, you will never forget about those type people because they just gave you that just a strong essence about not only who they are, but who you are and what you could be just off their vibes. And you definitely have that. You know, you keep doing your thing definitely with your pen and your creation game. What is if you could tell us, will there be any future songs coming out after Rich Rich? Do you have any other plans? Are you thinking about?
Absolutely. 2021, there's an album coming.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's what's cooking in the kitchen right now. I feel like since we're already in December, I want to get Rich Rich out there. Like I want people to really hear it before I just push another song out so quickly. As much as I want to, because I have so many songs that are done and I would love to start putting them out, but we're at the end of the year. So I feel like let me just hold off until the new year and then just surprise everybody.
I like that. That's good. That's good right
So
there.
there's so much more coming out. There is going to be stuff coming out until the day that music is no longer here anymore. I don't plan on stopping.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. I tell a lot of artists that come onto the show, whether they be younger or older, who is these people in these industries to tell you that you are too old or something is outdated? It's music. We could put on music, like you said earlier, from you listen to the stuff from the 90s, and it's still relevant today. They were twerking back then. You know, if you look back at it, even with Uncle Luke, Don't Stop, Get It, Get It. If you look at the ladies where they're dancing, you ladies dance the same way till this day. Even with the Yin Yang twins, they the one that was really saying whistle while you twerk.
Twerking has been out since before I was born. I'm a 90s baby. So I know before I was born, Freaknik was out. You had all this stuff that, I mean, like, people were already getting it back then. It's like now it's just history repeating itself. That's it. That's all it is. It's history repeating itself. And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's right. No, you're right. It seems like every 10 years, history does repeat itself. Even the outfits. Go back and look at the outfits, and then look at what you're wearing today. And you're like, oh.
Look at my outfit. Like, I'm pretty sure this would be in a straight up, like, 90s type of joint. Like, I got these big old sweats on. I got this one piece that looks like Tomb Raider, and this News Girl hat on.
That's right. And the tag. Look at the tag. Let's see the tag.
But see, the only thing I feel like people didn't have as many tattoos back then. Like the tattoos are starting to just, everyone's getting them.
That's right. I mean, and they look good. Let's check out some of your tattoos. What you see? You got the star right here.
Gosh. Okay. So this is actually for my sister who passed away. Her name was Jada.
My condolences.
Thank you.
Sorry. I got a call. Sorry about that.
I have so many.
Oh.
I have so many tattoos. It's crazy. These stars, they have to go. They've been there for a while now. It's time to get them covered up or to do something new. I got them at a spur of a moment type of situation. And kids, do not go to house parties and get tattoos. It just doesn't, it's not okay. Not okay, okay? So, yeah.
Roxanne, don't y'all get it twisted. I'm hood still now. You know what I'm saying? Roxanne, you got a tattoo out of a house party. Oh my God.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you. Yes. Yep. Sure did. Sure did.
I said, you are a thug. Okay.
You know what? It is what it is. Look, they'll be gone soon. Okay, they'll be gone soon. Something very, very nice and new.
Okay. Okay. What you got on your wrist right here, your forearm? What's that right there? Yeah. What's that?
Okay. So, this is like a symbol. This is a symbol that a lot of people who have had hard times in their life, maybe depressed or suicidal or things like that. It's like one of those, it's you're not finished.
Okay.
It's a semicolon, you're not finished. So you're gonna keep going, you're gonna continue. And every time I get down, I look at that and I remember I'm still here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still here, I'm not going anywhere. I had a hard time, but I'm not done. So that's one of my, if not my most important tattoos.
Mm. Let's talk about that for a moment briefly. I know a lot of times people think that money is the cure-all for everything, and it makes us feel good for a while. We can buy the things that we want, go to places that we want, but what is true happiness to you, Roxanne? How do you know when you are reaching happiness or you're on the step of the path to happiness?
You don't feel like there's still an empty part that's missing. I don't really know how to explain that. It's a feeling. I'm still learning, like I'm still growing to find my complete happiness. So it's like it's a feeling. You know when you get there, when the stress is slowly fading away. Like that little monkey is slowly getting off your back and you feel like it feels like a new air, kind of. I feel like people always search for happiness in money, and I don't understand it. You could have all the money in the world. That's not going to change. You can't have surgery like on the inside of yourself.
That's right.
If that makes sense. Like you can't have surgery to fix your happiness, to fix your, like you can't, well, I'm going to go pay for a new brain to be happy today. Like you can't do that. You can pay for a new butt, but you can't pay for happiness.
Mm-hmm.
You can only pay for things that might bring a little joy into your life, but that doesn't necessarily make you happy. Happiness starts from within yourself. You can't push that out until you feel it.
That's right. When are the moments that you feel your most happiness is at peace? Is it when you're recording your own music, when you're writing, when you're trying to compose the music together? How do you find your own happiness?
When I'm in the studio, everything else is non-existent. And that's where I am the most happiest. Also, when I'm cooking, when I'm in the kitchen, it's therapy. No one else matters in the kitchen but this one. Like those are the two things, music and food. I am such a big foodie and I am so musically inclined. I feel like I have to, I always try to push that. Like find you something that genuinely just makes you extremely happy, something that just takes everything else away. And when I step into the booth and when I step into the kitchen, those are those two things.
I'm coming over for Christmas because I know you can throw down. You know what I'm saying? Let me hold on 1 second. Let me get my bib now.
You need to cut it out.
Okay, you know what I'm
A
saying?
tiny bit.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? You can be talking about cooking out here now. Hold up now. Shit.
Oh my goodness.
It's gonna be, oh, what you know how to cook? We ain't gonna let you get away now. You're gonna miss no food and tell us what you know how to cook. What you know how to
I
cook.
know how to cook whatever Roxanne decides to get into the kitchen and cook. I am a jack of all trades.
Wow.
If I want to do it, I'm gonna do it. But I love making pasta. I love spaghetti. But that's just me. Like I love spaghetti. Fish. I love fried fish. I love seafood. Half my family is Spanish, the other half comes from Louisiana. So it's like I love spicy food. I love seafood. I love pastas and all that. All fattening stuff.
Okay. Country low boil, you know what I'm saying? You know. Okay.
Everything is homemade here. Everything.
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? She said everything is homemade. Everything is spicy.
Everything
Got
is
some
natural,
sauce.
okay?
Natural. Got some drip to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for you to come out with that food line. You know what I'm saying? You know, Roxanne
Yes,
seafood.
that'll
What's
be
happening?
coming soon.
What's happening? Sure. I can see you on the,
Absolutely.
you know, you gonna pose. You're gonna be in a book. Woo! I'm buying it. I'm buying it.
I'll have a fork right here, like with some fish at the end of it. I don't know. You never know.
Now, what you drinking on? We saw that glass. Don't try to hide it. What
All
you
right,
got
so I have some wine. It's called Apothic Red. It's good.
Okay. If y'all out there try the little pot, we call it one more time. What you call it?
Apothic Red.
Apothic Red. Oh, okay. Okay. Look at you. You know what?
I tried to hide it for this long. I might as well show it now.
Okay, yeah. Go take a sip. Go take a sip. We chilling. Go take you a sip. Take you a sip. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all please make sure y'all check out Roxanne Luciano.
Yes, please.
Cool is I don't know what, man. Just a whole vibe over there. Please make sure you like and subscribe and follow and connect and build with it and talk to it and tap in, link in, all those good stuff like that. You're gonna get some good knowledge.
What does Sweetie say? Tap in.
Tap in, you know what I'm saying? Double tap, you feel me? Like
double
we doing Instagram.
Exactly.
When you like something, you feel me? Double tap that thing.
That's fun.
You know my clap on. Oh, that is cool. I can talk to you all day. I got so many more questions. So we got the Rich album. It's record. And it's doing pretty well. It's pretty dope, pretty smooth, very original. I love original music. That's the stuff that stands out forever. Now you could do the whole new wave thing and then come in with your own music, but you got it going on. You coming out the gate like, know what? I don't sound like nobody else. I got my own original sound. I got my own original lyrics and bars. How important is it, Roxanne, to retain integrity of being just yourself, not selling yourself out for a bag, but just being whoever you are and letting your music do whatever it do? How important is it to be just you?
In this industry, so quickly as you were found, you can get lost in this industry, and it's so quick to sell yourself out. I mean, it's so easy to sell yourself out. It seems like it's more easier to sell yourself out than it is to push who you actually are. It's like people are so worried about what society's going to think or what everybody else is going to think, and that shouldn't be why you're putting your music out. Your music should be because this is you, and who likes it, get on board. If you don't, that's okay.
That's right.
There's a platform for everybody. Everybody has their own unique thing, and I think a lot of people don't think like that. They feel like they have to be what's with the trend, and you don't. Start your own. Just because you don't become popular in a day, that doesn't mean anything. Be yourself. Stay true to yourself, because the minute that you sell out, you become everybody else. So it's very important. It's very important. You lose yourself. And then it's like, what are you doing this for?
Mm.
You like that, didn't you?
Yeah, you know what? You said, I saw you a whole pimp too, but I'm just saying you got a lot of good knowledge. You got a lot of good wisdom about yourself. Did you go to college? Tell me about your
In college.
career. Okay.
I am in college right now. I just finished up my second semester with all A's and B's. Thank you. I'm in school for business management.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Hmm.
Whether it's a label company or a food business that I plan on owning, it's going to be one or both.
Wow. You are a real true go-getter. I love to see that. You're not just saying, you know, I come from money and oh, my mother and father are gonna take care of me. You like, nah, that's their money. I'll inherit that, but I want my own money. Yo, this is such an honor and a pleasure to meet you because we live in this time now, and I'm not knocking it. I mean, if you end up with somebody that has a lot of money, that's a kudos to you too as well. But we live in this time where people are always like, what are you going to give me? What are you going to buy for me? What are you going to offer me? But you saying, I don't need none of that. I'm going to go get it. I'll get my own bag and bring it back. And yo, let me tell you something. You are a real true 90s girl, 90s baby, 90s girl for real. That's that energy from the 90s. We're like, I don't care about no Birkin bag. I don't care about none of those things. I'm here to build my own empire. And one day, possibly when you have children, your own children, they'll come out the womb doing the same thing, and your empire will just get bigger and bigger and bigger and grow and become like greater on the planet. And that's dope in itself. So, Roxanne, how important is it to build generational wealth since you're in school for business? What are you learning about generational wealth?
Okay. Don't put me on the spot because I haven't taken my core classes yet. I'm just
Okay.
not getting it. Listen,
Okay.
I take my business classes, my actual business classes. I start taking them next semester. So we're going to have to come back to that. Right now, they have me in all my like math and Spanish and speech classes. But what I do know about just business and money, period, growing your own money, I mean, having your own money is very important. You don't want somebody to come and snatch that away from you one day. Like, just like you said with the Birkin bags, I don't want nobody to buy me a Birkin bag. I want to buy myself a Birkin bag so no one can take that away from me. I want to buy my own thing so no one can come in and be like, well, I did this or I got you this or what about when I did this? No, I did this myself. Of course, if I have help, I'm going to, of course, tell people this is, I have my whole team behind me. But at the end of the day, there are no handouts for me. I don't want them. So it's so important.
That's right. That's right. I feel you. We'll definitely come back. We're gonna love to have you back on 2021 because we know you're gonna be doing some amazing things, and you're just an amazing, dope person anyway. From the essence, excuse me, your very essence is as true. It's just true. It's pure. You're authentic. You're real. There's nothing fake or phony about you. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You get what you get, and that's cool right there. That's a lovely vibe. So also, I want to ask you a few more questions. I won't hold you too much longer. Thank you for rocking with us. You've been with us like, wow, almost an hour. Just a wonderful guest. Super cool guest. Go take your sip. Take your sip. Take your sip. We'll wait on.
Can be able to see more than what I can see because listen, I can only see me from here up. So you sneak. I like that.
I wear the shades for a reason. You feel what I'm saying?
I like that.
I can see your whole spirit. You know what I'm saying? I have to condense it down.
I hope it's bright.
Oh, it is super bright. You are, oh my God. Ooh, okay, sorry. I got captivated by the light. My bad. See, you almost got me, girl. Put my shades back on. Y'all seen that? She almost got me. See how I pull you in? She just naturally pull you in. You must can see me, girl. You don't play with me.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just having fun with you. But thank you for being a great guest too, as well. So, a few more questions. Like I said, you've been rocking with us for almost an hour. That's pretty dope. That's pretty cool. So, when you first uploaded your music onto the internet, because you spoke a moment ago about anxiety and depression and anticipation, what was your thoughts initially as your music was going online? What did you think Well, how did you feel? Take me back to that part of you when the music first got uploaded.
I felt like I wanted to throw up.
Mm.
Still to this day, when I hear Rich Rich being played, it's like a cringe feeling, not like a bad cringe, but it's like, holy shit, like that's you. And I'm such my own worst critic. So it's like, I listen to it and I'm like, oh my God, I could have changed this. I could have changed this. I could have went and I could have done this differently. And things like that. I'm always wondering what I could have done differently and not realizing like people really rock with it. Like they actually like it and it's moving quicker than I thought it would. My anxiety is always going to be there. But I'm learning now that I'm putting my voice out there, it's getting a little easier to deal with. Now if me and you were face to face, like in person, this probably would be a lot harder for me. But I'm working, you know, this virtual thing it's helping a lot.
Good.
So, yeah, it was a proud, anxious moment. Very proud, very, very scary, but I was so excited. It still feels unreal sometimes, like, all right, this is really out. People are really seeing this, but yeah, they are.
They are. They are. And I hope that I'm making you feel comfortable and, and cool and suave,
Absolutely.
everything. Okay, cool. Because that's why I try to put out that vibe, because my style of interviewing is just really we having a conversation about you. So don't let it be no pressure or
Oh
you have to
no.
think.
And you know what? Even if it was, it would be okay. Because I'm gonna have those interviews. I'm gonna have those where they're gonna talk to me about like deep, deep things that might trigger me or might get me. And so I have to like every time I do an interview, I feel like I get a little better. I get a little more calm and a little more less anxious. And I'm like, all right, we're vibing. Like this is amazing. So I'm good.
It is. Okay,
Thank
cool.
you.
No, thank you. I appreciate you. I am my brother and sister's keeper. When we build and do things and talk and being a part of like the independent media game, I always want to just uplift the melanated people on the planet that look like me, black and brown people, especially specifically, because we have it the hardest. Even if we come from money and things of that nature, we still have to be out here in the world and we get mistreated the worst out of everyone that's, on this planet. And a lot of times they don't care what we have or who we come from or what our names are. You see brothers and sisters every day going through the struggle. So I always try to just be a point of peace, an island, somewhere where you could go and just take your shoes off and just relax. And you don't have to worry about all of the pressures of life and people, pushing up on you and trying to get things from you. So I thank you. That's dope that you come on the show this afternoon with me and vibes. Like I said, a few more questions. I ain't gonna hold you too much longer. I know you got things to do. You've been an amazing guest. So as we move forward into 2021, they're already talking about in certain places in Cali, because I don't know where you live at, but in Cali, they're hitting that second wave of the coronavirus, COVID-19. How do you see performing in the future now? Because you spoke about virtual, even when you get back to a little bit where people can come out, how are you going to be able to really connect with your fans without really putting your arms around them, so to speak, and shaking their hands and, doing meet and greets and walkthroughs? What do you think?
The same way I would if I were to reach out and touch them. Your voice touches people. You don't have to physically touch somebody for them to connect with you. And especially with what's going on, I feel like people would also understand that. Like when you're performing, you're all sweaty and everybody's all sweaty. And I feel like when you take this pandemic seriously, you kind of understand, all right, she's probably not going to be shaking everybody's hand or hugging everybody. I want to, but we're not there yet. So as much, even if I could sit down on the stage when I'm done with my performance and just sit in front of everybody and just have a conversation, like that's the stuff I want to do. Just sit down and talk. Like I don't want to be that performer that I perform and then that's it, I leave. We're in that virtual the virtual world where it's like once we get into people's faces, you have to find some type of connection. So if I can't touch you or hug you or you know, get in your face like that, then let me just sit in front of you on the stage and let's have a whole conversation at the end of my performance and just pick each other's brains. I feel like that's a good way to connect.
I like that. That's dope. A real intimate conversation with Roxanne Luciano.
Because you need that now. Like things are different. Things are so different. So you have to find your way to connect with other people. If it can't be like physically, you have to find a way.
That's dope. You know what? You gave me a vision as you were speaking. I could see you in an open field, sitting on a couch, got the microphone, you know, right in front of you, and the other audience, maybe people are sitting like on couches. And right after the performance, you know, once you get cleaned up, refreshed, you come back out and sit down and just talk to different people in the audience. I can see that. That is really dope. Okay. I like that. So, as we are coming to the conclusion part of the show, I definitely want to play a brief game with you, see where your mind is at, see where your intelligence lies, because you're a very highly intelligent young lady and just a super dope, cool person in general. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are just tuning in now, this is Roxanne Luciano. Hey, she has had a dope song called Rich Rich. Please make sure you check that out. Where can they find that song at again on all your streaming platforms and services, Roxanne?
You can find Rich Rich on all platforms: Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music. It's streaming on YouTube. Probably some other places that I don't know about. So just type in Rich Rich Roxanne Luciano and you'll find me.
Absolutely. All right. Here we go. Let's play this quick game, this brief game with you. Roxanne, have you ever seen the movie Bruce Almighty with Jim Carrey? Okay, you only see it one time. Okay, I'll explain the premise of the movie. That's why the game, they kind of align like somewhat similar. Let's just say if you're a spiritual person or a religious person, we find numbers in everything that we do, and they're very symbolic to how we move, including our date of birth, the time of birth, the time of death, those different things. Even if you have children, their birth dates and things like that. We're going to go with the number 7. The number 7 is a very holy and divine number, and you find it throughout of all of nature. And also, oh, okay.
I think the number 7 or the number 9, those are both of my favorite numbers. One of those numbers are the number of completion. I don't remember which one it is. I used to be very big with this.
Okay. No, that's cool. You know, oftentimes in certain religions, the number 7 is completion, because if you're a Bible reader, a Eurocentric Bible reader, it says that God rested on the 7th day. So that's the day of completion for them. However, if you are a spiritual person where you're outside of the confines of religion, number 9 is also a number of completion, because if you look at the universe from looking down, is coiled into a number 9. Then also you look into a baby inside its mother's womb, it is coiled into a number 9. All the way down to the hair follicles on your head, when they fall out, they're also coiled into a number 9 as well, as a source of energy and proteins and things of that nature. Because as you know, the sun in itself is a big star, but also it's a big ball of melanin that is feeding the inhabitants on the earth all of the vitamin D they would ever need. We as humans, we don't have to drink milk, because milk does not create strong bones. Blood actually creates strong bones in the body. And the melanin from the sun gives us that protein and that energy. So
that's awesome. I didn't know that.
No, yeah. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna share with you. Well, that's cool. I'm gonna share with you some books, and if you're into a little bit of light reading and just deeper understanding. But name of this game with your favorite number 7. 7, if you count the 7th letter of the alphabet, is for G. G could be for God, or G could be for goddess, whichever way, however you want to look at it. You are just like in the movie Bruce Almighty with Jim Carrey and Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman being God, being number 7. He comes to Jim Carrey's character and he says, I know you're not happy with your life, such and such, and you blame me for a lot of things. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make you God for 24 hours. Not only do you have to deal with the praises and the compliments, you got to also deal with the complaints. So you being God or goddess on the planet, representing that number 7, your favorite number, you are tasked to choose 7 artists of all time, any generation, it doesn't matter. The reason why you're choosing those 7 artists is because we're about to go on the Roxanne Luciano World Tour, Rich World Tour. Which 7 artists would you take with you? Now we're gonna make this game a little bit more complex. Not only should you take people that are alive, you have the power of God.
Yes.
God.
Okay.
You can resurrect whoever, whenever, it doesn't matter. You God, do your thing. And at the end of this world tour, you got to hit every continent on the planet, multiple cities back to back. You get a $700 million bag. Which 7 artists? Now keep in mind too, let me say this too. I just want to make it a little bit more complex for you because you're so brilliant. Let's just say the 7 artists, you can take one group as an artist. So if you say I want Jackson 5, they'll just be one. You'd be like, oh, I want NWA, I want ASAP Mob. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. They can have 100 members. They're still included as just one under that moniker or that name or that brand. So you got 7 artists of all time, living or dead. Who would you take with you and why would you take
them? Dang it. I was hoping you would ask the why. All right. 7 artists.
Mm-hmm.
Missy. Because her creative sense is it's out of this world.
That's right.
The Beatles.
Never had that before.
Phenomenal, and I just don't feel like I should have to say why. The Beatles are the Beatles. They the stuff that they come up with is just, it's out of this world. It's stuff that's not, it's not common. Oh my gosh. I have to take I need Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
I need Jimi Hendrix. I need somebody. I need that rock and roll, that extra rock and roll. I need. Oh my god. Okay, so that's 3. Let's see. Of course, I'm taking Timbaland.
Okay. 4.
Are very close, and they would come up with something awesome together. I'm taking Beyonce because I need that Virgo energy, and those vocals. I need that. That's 5.
Let's run it back. Who you got? Who's the first person you got?
So Missy.
Okay.
The Beatles.
All right.
Jimmy.
Okay.
Who else did I say?
Timbaland, you said?
Timbaland.
All right.
Beyonce.
Bang. All right. 2 more left.
I need to take Lil Wayne.
Okay. I've
just been a fan of him from day one.
Okay.
Musical genius.
Yes.
I said the Beatles. And I'd probably take Led Zeppelin with me. Because I need that. It'll either be between Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath. I need some heavy rock and roll in my life too. So yeah.
Okay. We'll give you an honorable mention and I'll help you out. What about your father?
He wouldn't want me to take him. See, he wouldn't want me to take it. Now, if you that would be the first person, but he would be like, nah, you don't include me in this. Man, we're so much alike. Like, don't even put me in that. That's your own boat. That's your own boat.
Okay. That was good. That was a good lineup. I never heard the Beatles before. And Led Zeppelin. That's very interesting. Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Roxanne Luciano.
Thank you so much.
Before we let you go, if you could give a brother a quick drop. My name is GeHolla, and the show is called My Celebrity Life. And let them know who is on the show with GeHolla whenever you get a chance. Put it all together in your mind.
What's up, everybody? This is your girl Roxanne Luciano, and I am in the building with GeHolla, My Celebrity Life. We had such a great interview today. I can't wait to come back. So definitely go look him up. You're on Instagram. You're GeHolla.com.
That's right.
_.
What?
See?
What?
I pay attention.
Researching. Oh my God. I feel so special right now. Hey, y'all, ain't nobody got a drop like that from Roxanne. Y'all know ever. You feel what I'm saying? I'm in good company right now, man. You are super, super dope. Oh my God. I wish I could just clone you and just spread you out throughout the world, because we need some more Roxannes out there. We do, for real. Like, whew. I tell you, you give us hope. You do. I just want to pour into you if I can for a moment. Give you your flowers and your diamonds, and I'm gonna give you your seafood, because you said you like seafood. So let me give you some lobster, some crab legs, some king crab legs. You know what I'm saying? The ones you got to, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You are really dope.
Thank you.
As a person, as a divine being on the planet, like we talked about earlier, numbers. You are a true representation of the number 7. The number 7 is holiness, it's divinity, it is completion, it is making the circle of life complete. People like you that come along like once in a lifetime in many people's lives. Despite, I don't care what your background, you come from money, you come from poverty, that doesn't matter. There's an essence to you that's inside of you that is illuminating so bright. And all you have to do is just literally close your eyes and feel that your presence is there, and know that the essence of what we call God is definitely vibrating through you to also not only do this greatness that's called music, but also live a life of servitude and queendom at the same time, because we are only as great as the things that we bow down to or that we serve ourselves to. And you are definitely a real true queen that has been reincarnated on the planet. And thank you so much for being on the show. You are dope. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it, man. I have had a beautiful time with a wonderful human being this afternoon. And before we get out of here, man, you got any final thoughts, anything that you want to talk about? I'm going to just sit back and let you do your thing without interrupting you.
I just want everyone to know, especially people who are afraid to be themselves, F the rules, F what society wants you to think. Be yourself. That's what's going to make you happy. That's what's going to make you you. And you never know. There are so many people that you might be able to touch and influence if you just open yourself up and be you. Don't live by anyone else's standards but you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it, man. That's Roxanne Luciano. We about to get up out of this thing. Like I said, around this time, if you're riding in GA or places like GA, please make sure that you're not holding your phones or your devices while listening, looking into this interview. We don't want you to get pulled over, get a ticket. You don't need to spend no extra money, whether you got it or not. You know, pull up to a safe spot. Wait till you get home and listen to all this greatness, this wonderfulness that we have going on right now. And like I say, my VIP guest for this evening or afternoon or morning, depending upon where you're at in the world, is Roxanne Luciano. Cool as the other side of the pillow. Thank you so much for being on, and please be safe out there and have a great day.